In this video, we're going to have a look at integrating with indefinite integrals, and we're going to look at basic polynomials. So a couple of things to note when we're integrating. You'll first of all see this symbol here. This tells us that we do need to integrate, and the dx at the end tells us which variable we are integrating with respect to. So it's not always x, so have a look at that dx to tell you which variable to use. Now, when we integrate a term in the form of x to the n, we are going to get x to the n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. What we're doing is we're adding 1 to the power, and then we divide by that new power. This is the inverse of differentiation. So let's have a look at a couple of examples. So in my first one, we're going to integrate 12x cubed minus 4x. So let's start with the 12x cubed. I'm going to start by adding 1 to my power. So my power is going to become 4. And then I'm going to divide by that new power. And then for my second term, I've got minus 4x. So again, I'm going to add 1 to my power. So my power becomes 2. And I'm going to divide by 2. Now, because this is an indefinite integral, we need to add a constant on the end. Now what we're going to do is just simplify. So for my first term, I've got 12 divided by 4. So this gives me 3x to the power of 4. And then for my second term, I've got 4 divided by 2. So I've got 2x squared plus c. Now my next example is a little bit more tricky. So I'm going to have to start by rewriting my integral. And I'm going to use my negative powers to rewrite 1 over x squared. So I'm going to rewrite this as x to the minus 2. Now I'm going to have a look at integrating. So when I integrate 2, you'll notice that there's no x term at the minute. And that's because fundamentally we've got the term x to the 0, which is just 1. So if I was adding a power to my x term, it would just become x to the 1. So any numerical value, when we integrate it, becomes 2 multiplied by the variable that we're using. And then for my second term, you just want to watch out for these negatives. So I'm going to add 1 to the power. So x to the minus 2 becomes x to the minus 1. And I'm going to divide by negative 1. And then I've got my constant. Now I'm just going to tidy this up. So for my second term, I can bring the minus out to the front. And if I want to, I can write x to the minus 1 as 1 over x.